got to me. She said we should hook up the boyfriend and boogie. Don't know me, then look on. I'm being the clouds. One full of Henny, I'm drinking a drown.
Hey guys, what's up? It's Sam from Harkey Fishing, and man, we're getting ready to go fishing, and I'm pretty pumped up. It's Friday, the 7th, I believe, of October. We are down here at beautiful Eagle Rock and putting in at the campground, and man, I'm looking forward to it. You know, we've started getting on a pretty decent bite on fishing trees, and so I'm anxious to get out and try it. So we're gonna do a little trolling around and try to have actually some, you know, some live fishing going on in this thing and show you some fish catches and stuff. So let's go get after it, man. See you. All right, guys, so that's a wrap. The sun is going down. I had a great evening on the lake. Gonna fish just a little bit more, but wanted to kind of wrap this thing up. You know, really kind of learned two things on the lake today. First off, a little bit about that lake level. It's still 910 and maybe a 0.2 or so, 5 foot low for this time of year. Water temperature I've seen as low as 70, and I've seen as high as 73. So, you know, we're really in the that water's cooling down finally, and some pretty good things. But a couple things that I learned on the bite. So, you know, as you probably saw in a couple of these videos, I did a lot of really dirt shallow fishing today. I went to the back of the Roaring River arm, and there's a lot of different brush and laydowns back there, and got into some of those and tried a spinnerbait and didn't have a whole lot of luck on the spinnerbait. Through that square bill, a little gold colored, I think it's river minnow or something. Strike King makes a 1.5 square bill, and had pretty good luck back there. I think we ended up with 5 or 6 of them. A lot of them were short, but 1, 2, and 3/4 pounders. So, you know, pretty nice there. The other bite that's going on is away from the creek arms, out on the main lake. If you can find some channel swings that have cedar trees, seems like these fish want a spinnerbait or something similar to that in the tops of these cedar trees that are submerged. I would try, you know, main lake channel swings if you can find a little bit of that, or the mouths of creeks. You know, there's a pretty good bite on the spinnerbait right now, and that's just going to get better as the water temperature gets down in the 60s. So, you know, it's fall, guys. You can come out and have a blast catching a lot of fish in the fall, and then you can come out the very next day and you can get your tail kicked. So, you know, be patient with it. This is such good weather and a beautiful time to be out with the leaves changing and everything. You know, it's a fun time to be out. Always have your top water on this time of year. There's a lot of fish that'll hit. I've used a black buzzbait. I've used a whopper plopper, typically in bone, but I've even used it in the, I think monkey butt is what they call it, or whatever, the kind of translucent one. And then I've had pretty good luck on a spook, because I can work a spook really slow around those cedar trees. But I've had better luck catching them on the spinnerbait than the top water. It's more fun to see them hit the top water, so I still throw both, and I'm having a blast doing it. There's still a slow bite. You can catch them on a jig or a 10-inch worm in those same cedar trees, but you know, my best experience has been find the cedar trees, kind of main lake and the mouths of the bigger creeks where these fish are starting to move from the deep summertime haunts up these creeks to start feeding up, and they seem to be more in that early stages of starting that. So, you know, it's just kind of what you want to fish. If you want to get up shallow and, you know, square bill and flip bushes, you can catch some fish doing that. If you want to fish deep, I wouldn't fish much deeper than, 15 or 20 feet at the most. Most of those fish that we're catching on the cedar trees, that's the ironic thing. My best fish on Wednesday came in 40 foot of water on a spinnerbait. Now, if somebody ever tells you they're catching them in 40 foot of water on a spinnerbait, something's wrong. But that's where I caught my biggest one. Thing was, I pulled it over a cedar that was in about 15 feet, dropped off the channel where I was sitting that was 40 foot deep, and it hit like 6 feet from the boat. Got to watch him inhale it. And I was in 40 foot of water. So, you know, if somebody wants to ask, hey, where'd you catch that? Well, I'm catching them on a spinnerbait in 40 feet. Truth of the matter is, I caught that fish. That fish wasn't but about 5 or 6 feet deep in the top of that cedar tree. And when I swam that spinnerbait by, he didn't quite buy into it right off the bat, but he followed it, and then he decided he wanted it, and he hit it, and I caught him in 40 foot of water. So, guys, those fish are anywhere from 6 to 12 feet predominantly, but then there's fish in dirt, shallow water, especially if you can find some dirtier water. Roaring River Arm was muddy. I don't know why. I was shocked when I got back there because we hadn't had rain in like 6 years, or maybe 6 weeks, but it seems like forever. So anyhow, guys, get out there, enjoy the great outdoors. You know, appreciate all you guys subscribing. Like I said, our fish reports are going to get a little bit further apart as we get further into the fall. Going up to Lake of the Ozarks here in about 3 weeks for the BASS Nation State Championship. I'm excited about that. I've got, you know, mixed emotions on it. That lake kicks my tail a lot. But, you know, I got a pretty good idea what to do up there, and we'll just have to see if the bites come or if they don't come. So it's been a couple years since I've been there. So, and I haven't missed it at all. Anyhow, guys, take care. Until next time, good luck. Keep your lines tight. Take a kid fishing while the weather's nice. See ya.